Hello, how are you? How are you? How are you? Anyway, let me show you the product. And some biscuits for you today. Biscuits. And this is the introduction. Hello, how are you? How are you? How are you? Let's get this out a little bit straighter. There we are. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Right, get something off. So, you know, I've been doing some products recently, and it was from basically, have you seen from the last video and the video before, that was on the actual place, recorded it, went out while I was there, was products from Morocco. Now, if you've been watching the news and stuff, you'd find Morocco's had an earthquake recently, and of course, a lot of people are struggling, you know, as what happens when there's an earthquake, quite severe earthquake. Houses fall, people are still under the rubble, and so forth. You know, so there's always need for food, need for shelter, need for those things. So what I'm going to do, sorry for the lighting change, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link underneath, and I use this charity quite a lot, but of course you can find your own charities as well. You know, there's quite a few that do help as far as the Moroccan earthquake goes, but there's a link below. I'm going to try and put a link below, so do help out if you can. You know, it's always nice to do that, something different, you know, makes the heart warmer, don't you think? I certainly do think. So I'm going to start off with subscribe, like and share. Subscribe, like and share. So this is the product. See, you thought I was like heartless, you know, only reviewing products. You didn't realise that I actually care. Quite boring actually. I care, and I find the most boring things interesting. The cat next door's had a litter of kittens, and literally they sneak into my garden, so the hangout is generally my back garden for all the cats and kittens and sims and so forth. Basically, that's the coolest thing in the world. Watching a little kitten, first of all, being a bit shy, and then bouncing, and then learning to climb, seeing that little bit of development. Anyway, back to the products. That's what you've come to this channel, either to watch my comical sayings and thought process and my weirdness, or actually the product. Excelo, MOMO, that's the products. It's a biscuit, and it says Mom. I don't understand why it says Mom. Mom Black. I don't. What's that got to do with anything? You know, something I've discovered. There's actually a drawing of a hand, exactly how I hold it. Do you see that red there? Can you make it out? Is there a thumb underneath? Thumbs on the side there. So it's like a, you know, it's not how I would hold it. Oh, it's a bit weird. so it's like that. Doesn't make sense. Why would anyone hold something like that? Why have they drawn it like that? That's just going to fall out of your hand. Ridiculous. Anyway, what it looks like to me is a biscuit, 6 biscuits, and then everything else is as French. Can you read that? I can't read it. No, you can't read it because obviously it's blurred out. It's not focusing in. It says it in Arabic at the back, and I can't make out anything because my sight's not strong enough. It has got the ingredients in the back, but of course my sight's not strong enough to read that. So there we are. If I can find it online, I'll post it. Is it vegetarian? I presume not, because what it looks like in the middle looks like it's got cream in the middle, chocolate cream. So I don't think it's vegan. Maybe vegetarian. Is it halal? I presume so, because it's from Islamic country. What country that practices Islam? Let's open this bad boy up. So looks like a kind of a small Oreo. Do you think? Comment below if you think it looks like an Oreo. It's very flat, so there doesn't seem to be can you see that? Doesn't seem to be much chocolate in the middle. Similar to a, I wouldn't say an Oreo biscuit, I would say just a plain biscuit with a little bit of cocoa, and can't taste the cream. Maybe a little bit of taste of cream. I like the fact there's a good strong taste of cocoa and less of a sugary cocoa. Because with some of the biscuits, what I feel is they have they emphasise the taste, the sweetness by adding way too much sugar, and it's not. They're emphasising the cocoa taste here, which is fantastic. It tastes nice. Of course, there's probably sugar in it because I've heard cocoa in the pure form tastes vulgar, so it needs that sugar to give it that taste, and I presume that's what they've added to it, that sugar. Cross between what the Americans would say in a sense of cookie, if you call it Oreo cookie, but I would consider it a biscuit. So it's on the same, say, stack shelf, the same level, same par as what you would consider an Oreo. But even though it's at the same par, the same stack, it's not at the same level. I think Oreo is way higher level than this. This is quite sort of like a you know, like a, so if Oreo was a class A, this would be a class maybe C, maybe a class D sort of a biscuit. So it's not at that level, but nevertheless it's not a bad biscuit. It's not a bad biscuit. So you know, it's got a nice taste to it. Even though it resembles it at Oreo, the way it looks, it doesn't taste like it. It's got strong cocoa taste. I mean, they're not being shy in the cocoa. It's not dominated by the sugar taste. The cream in the middle, can't taste it. Maybe slightly I can taste it. Let me give it a go again. Yeah, I've got slightly taste it. It's a dark chocolate, so maybe that's what the black was all about. It's a darker chocolate, so that darker taste hits through, and it complements the biscuit. Maybe they could have done with slightly more, and that would take it up to the same level, maybe a level, the same level as an Oreo. I'm hearing noises from down next door. It sounds like someone's trumping. Yeah, got that Oreo taste to it. You get 6 in the packet, which isn't bad. Fantastic. It's got a foil inside, so it keeps it as fresh. Gives it that kick that they wanted it originally to taste like. Did I say Bismillah? Bismillah. With that one they've added a bit more chocolate, so yeah, that makes a whole load of difference. What they need to do is add way more chocolate than what they did with the previous biscuits. Maybe by accident they added a bit too much chocolate there, but that makes it taste way a lot better. Some weird sounds coming out from next door. Yeah, spot on, spot on. When, inshallah, I'm blessed to go back to Morocco, something I would buy again. I think they'll be fantastic with a English or a Desi tea. So much, not so much a Moroccan tea, because the Moroccan tea doesn't have any milk in it. It's basically just, you know, green tea with few other ingredients, but green tea and mint, and I feel it's not going to work so much well with that. But with an English tea with milk and tea, you know, it'd be fantastic. Or a Desi tea with the herbs. The herbs and the way they make it and the milk and tea, it would be fantastic as well. So well worth trying this. When you go over there, do go over there on your holidays, because it's dirt cheap. Fly over certainly from England, from Europe, and when you get there, it's very, very cheap as far as, you know, food goes, as accommodation goes, and it's a beautiful country. Every city has something different to, you know, different to. Everything has something different to introduce. You know, it's all different. All the cities are different. What's the word I'm looking for? A different vibe. Every city has a different vibe. You know, so you're getting something different from one city to the next, from Marrakesh to Agadir to Fez. They're all different. They've all got their own vibes, depending on what you want, but each of them is worth exploring. So there's so much. The people are absolutely, in my experience, have been absolutely beautiful, fantastic. A bit crazy at the time, like the kids who wanted to rap, but it's like any kid who wants a bit of attention. That's what it is. Wants a little bit of attention. You know, there's nothing I can knock about it. I think, you know, it's beautiful. I left a bit, well, I wouldn't say I left a bit of me behind there, but it's got a part of my heart. Yeah, it has a part of my heart, and it's somewhere I hope to be exploring on a regular basis. You know, be a familiar face in Morocco, whether it be I've not done Fez or Marrakesh yet, or even Casablanca, but with certainly I very much miss Agadir. Everybody was absolutely lovely while I was there. You know, you've got to haggle a little bit, but you have to do with any poor country. It's the grind, isn't it? It's the grind over there. They have to hustle a little bit, and you have to hustle back. It's all part of the excitement. It's excitement. But you know what I do when you get to poor countries and you're hustling, you have to think of it. Figure out how much you're paying for it, and would you have considered yourself having a good deal when you were in England. So for instance, take something and, you know, in pounds, English pounds, say you're paying £12-13 for something, and you think to yourself, would I have paid £13, £12 for that? And the answer is, of course I would. That's a bargain. Well, why are you trying to haggle lower and lower and lower, and you feel like you've not got a deal? Because you've got a fantastic deal. And you know what I find as well is, because sometimes they gave me a price I felt was high according to the currency there, but now I look back, I think, you know what, that was actually a good deal, and I should have actually grabbed it while I could. I should have got myself one of those while I could have done, and I didn't, which is, I feel kind of disappointed. But as I flew Ryanair back, would I have been able to bring it back? Would that have been too much weight in the sense of me bringing it back? But inshallah soon I'll come and see you again, Morocco. Inshallah soon I'll come and see you. So this has gone on a little bit long. The reason it is, it's the end of the products, end of the line. That's all the products I have. So it's going to be back to the English products soon. Well, next week I'll be back to the English products. See what I get in. No, I've already got some things in. So yeah, toodaloo for now. I'll see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share. Bye. See you later.